Supreme evening, divine rising. All of the above. You already know the vibes. And oh goodness, so I just got back from taking this stroll. As this day has been so crazy. I started out doing on a live stream with a wonderful person earlier, and that was real powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy just went from 0 to 1,000 real quick. So salute to all the brothers and sisters that partake in that. But you know, for me, it takes a lot for me to get a lot of things done. And I was sitting there trying to figure out how I was going to get some things done. And Divine came through just like he always do. And I had a chance to do, put a little work in, you know what I'm saying, on some of the skills that I like to use and, accumulate from the value so that I can get some things that I really need. So here I am, all over again, coffee in the black and mild, you know what I'm saying? So right now I'm kind of tired because I took that long 5 mile walk. You know what I mean? And I stopped at all the stop signs, not all of them, but for the most part, a few of them, and did a bunch of push-ups. And then while I'm carrying my groceries and stuff like that, I'm doing pull-ups with the grocery bags. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep my focus where my focus need to be, and the whole time, all praise due to the Most High. Beautiful night, beautiful night. I'm sitting there thinking that I didn't I needed a jacket like it was gonna get cold, but it was hot the whole time. I'm like, well, I still gotta keep the jacket with me, you know what I'm saying? But despite all the issues and all the little mishaps, I was very thankful. You know what I'm saying? And Divine finds a way to balance out all the energies. And like I notice every time I center myself, everybody that's around doing their normal work, they find it to reflect that divine energy that's within me. And I ended up running into this old head, and he was asking the cashier. He was like, my camera on my phone don't work. And I was like, your camera don't work? I was like, let me see your phone real quick. He's like, it's in the car. So I showed him my phone and how the camera was supposed to work. He was like, hold on, let me see. Let me get my phone, right? And in my head, I was in a rush. I'm like, I got to get to this other store before they close. So I know they close at 9. So I'm thinking I'm not going to make it or whatever. But for some reason, Devon was like, don't worry about it. You're going to be able to make it with time plus, right? So I got my coffee, I got my black and mild, and I had time to sit there and talk to the old head. And he was like, he's like, I love the beard. He was like, I used to have dreads too when I was in my day. It was funny, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there talking to him. I showed him how to get his camera back and all that. He was like, oh man, it was up there the whole time. I was like, it sure was. It sure was. He was like, I used to hang with Jamaicans and Trinidadians and everybody when I was in my day. They used to sit by the tree. It was so funny, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. And I said, I exhaled because I felt like I needed to hurry up, but then I just exhaled and I gave the time the old head needed to, And he was like, he was like, I was always cool with him because I knew how to keep my mouth closed. And I was like, that's all right there, brother. And I told him who I was and what I was attached to and stuff like that. And he was like, man, you a good brother, man. I really appreciate you. And I was like, man, all praise due to the Most High. And then I got on my walk, right? And it was crazy because right when I left the store, it was this little girl with this old, he looked like a drunk dude or whatever. They came in the store, but I could tell the energy on them was dirty. It was real, like something wasn't right, you know what I'm saying? So I get to the first crossing, down the street from the store, the first cross, like the where you cross the street to get to the other side or whatever. And the little girl straight cursed out the old dude. She had to be all of 9 years old. She's like, I'm tired of this shit. She's like, you stupid ass. And I just shook my head and I kept walking, but I can tell it was the negative energy trying to pull me in a different direction, right? I just shook my head and I kept walking, you know what I mean? I didn't even look into that energy because, you know, we don't raise our children like that, you know what I'm saying? So I just say it like that. And I got on my walk and then I looked in the sky and I noticed where the moon was placed at, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed that the moon was in the same place it was when I had to walk this direction the night before. So I was like, I'm in good time right now. And I wanted to look at the phone and check the phone for the time, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave it up to Divine to, make sure I get there on time. And I just kept walking, and it was little distractions on the way as I was getting there. A dog barked and threw me off a little bit, and I thought the dog was off the chain, but then there was a lady across the street like, don't worry about it, the dog on the chain. And and she ended up pointing in the direction I was going. So I was already walking, like staying focused, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, it's crazy. Like I noticed every little energy that's happening right now. And I finally got to the store and I got everything I need, you know what I'm saying? And put everything in the bag. And it was crazy. Normally when I get to the store, I gotta like figure out what I want. I just went to everything that I know that I needed and I just got it together. And I got back and I had time to get my water and wash my dishes up and all that stuff and sit down. And I took a breath and I checked on the people that I was dealing with, you know what I'm saying, that I had to work for, and everything worked out with that. And it was just like, you know what? I wasn't running out of time. Everything was right on time. And I noticed that, when I was walking back, I was giving my praise to the Most High. And I was like, Most High, you always on time. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. And I was asking, for the things I've been asking for a while and giving praise to the Most High. And I was like, I know you're going to work it out for me, and I just stayed on my mission. So I'm going to end this with all praise due to the Most High. You already know the vibes. Coffee in the black and mild. NAGA.